Well, hello there. This is that one generic guy, Grinder here, and today I am back with War Thunder. If this is, hey Tyler, how you doing? Is my computer freezing? Hopefully not. That'd be real bad. Okay, seems to be working a little better. There we go. That's real choppy. Hey Louie, how you doing? You're doing good, Tyler. That's good. And I'm on a different server today. This is the Brotherhood. It's been a while since I've been on with them, so we shall say hi.
What?
Aloha, guys.
So I guess I'll say ice cream. Ice cream's always good.
Okay, wait, Germany. One day, I'm gonna make sure you get some snow cone, alright?
Snow cone's good.
Yeah, he's never had it before.
Yeah, I think I've only ever had it once before. It's shaved ice with flavored syrup you pour over it.
Yeah. Where are you guys from? Where is this not common?
I'm gonna look this up.
I
Oh,
live
it's
in Minnesota, but I'm not gonna say much beyond that.
I've had this like once. That's what it is.
Only a few frames lost. Yeah, this is looking real bad right now, actually. What is going on with the frames? Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Hopefully we don't get the same map. War Thunder servers have been doing bad for a while. Yeah, they sure have.
That's an understatement.
I'm brain farting. How do you for the maps, how do you blacklist and or what's it called?
So at the top, well, you can't do it while you're in the group thing, but if you go to the top, like as if you're gonna select a map, and there should be it's like I think it's either a gear or like there's two buttons. One's a night one, and then the other one's another button, and then from there you can choose map preferences, which is
Yeah,
blacklisting.
I've been trying to look for that, but I have not been able to find it, so I'll have to look again. Yes, Rex, I have been doing a little better, although my voice is still a little funky. But hey, what can I say? Where is it? There we go.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Oh, you also have to have a premium account, if I remember right. Yeah, I think my 700 plus days of premium account might be okay for that. There we go. Got that guy. Joke's on you. You play War Thunder. You're right. I am the biggest joke. Careful, cultist. We have no money? Yep. Remember a bank account because of that? Yeah. Man, it feels so nice playing with you guys because there's actual coordination here.
Yeah. Something I hear it over here.
Yep, I'm hearing it. It sounds more like it's coming from back there.
Mouse!
Mouse.
And a warrior.
Oh, come on! I hit him first. I got his driver and engine, though. And he's on fire. Oh, martyr coming your way, you guys. Nice, you got the martyr. And the warrior is still kind of hurt. Thank you. And the mouse got you in the end. Well, I'll try to take vengeance for you on the mouse.
I'll just spawn another bread. No, I won't.
Well. Pretty sure that should have gone through, but oh well.
That is a scary chieftain, looks like. Yeah, chieftain. Recover. I pile sniped a P-63.
Nice.
Recovered from the dive. Another plane.
I'm just taking apart that howitzer. There we go.
There's 2 planes up.
I'm hearing the mouse. And a martyr tried to kill me with a missile. And what the heck shot me from the right? And there was no one to the right, and okay, whatever.
No.
Let's see. I know I got 0 coordination already. Yeah. I just had to do the Stations of the Cross at school for a plane. It sucked. Understandable. Not everyone likes doing stuff like that. And artillery on a building. Very smart, man. Second place with 2 kills. That tells you what, or third place with 2 kills. That shows you where our team's at right now.
I'm gonna try to cap A if you guys can go to B. Try and at least.
Got the Loosh. With a Lux, or however it's pronounced. I'm brain farting.
Oh.
Another plane coming. That's what I'm going Wait, did my bomb not drop? Bro. Oh, okay.
Well, there we go. Okay, where was that Rui cat? Oh, yes, he just casually shoots through smoke. Got it. Let's see.
I see you, sneaky boy.
Let's see. I really hate the fact that I have to do an art class to graduate. My choices are baking theater or advanced arts. Well, I will say, like, some of them can be fun. Great, my kill was taken from me.
Come on, turn, turn. Yeah, you can shoot that, man, but there ain't nothing in there.
Well, we're losing this game. Same with the carpentry class my school has. Yep. I mean, I will say it's not a bad thing to know, like, culinary or one of the arts, but at the same time, I don't feel like people should be forced to do if they don't want to. Oh well. The school also lost a bunch of money because the old logo looks similar to another school. Okay. So, first of all, making a new school logo shouldn't be stupidly expensive. Second of all, there's only so many logos of animals or whatever you could have before they start looking the same. So, I think it is a little dumb that they spent so much money on a logo. It's like $1 million for a logo. My God. Sorry if I'm sounding a little stuffy. 1 second, I'm gonna blow my nose. They had to pay to the school from Maine. Stupidity at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. The logo is made by an art class, but they didn't know about the school from Maine. The old school logo is made in 1979. Yeah, but I don't think it's right for one school to copyright infringe another school for having similar logos. Especially if it's based off of an animal or landmark, because they're iconic, aka they don't exactly have rights like, oh hey look, a Mustang. It's literally a horse on its side. Or, and maybe it's galloping, or maybe it's reared up. It's just, there's only so many ways you can have a horse before they look identical. Aloha, Stinky. This 906 is gonna get you killed. Like that.
Where? Ah.
Can you survive?
What year are you playing right now,
8-7 and no higher.
Huh?
So Jadman is what got you killed, Germany, is what I'm gonna say.
What country?
America and Russia.
Why do I have this going? Germany, how was your day?
Good.
Is there a helicopter in our team somewhere?
Oh boy.
Well, at least I scared the crap out of that leopard.
Oh wow, actually hit.
Just hit the back of his head. The game was rigged from the start.
Wow, that's crazy. Smart. That was smart.
Of course, I'm killed and suicide killed by a R91. Great.
Just slammed on bonk. Bonk.
I was about to kill a like a BTR knockoff. But instead, I'm killed by a random jet that decided that I was its munchy food and kill itself on me too. The dude who got the KV-1, its shell sucks. It can't pen a Sherman except for the MG port and a few pixels. Yes, that's about right. The KV-1 is not known for its pen. I had to fight an ARL-44 ACL-1 and can't pen it frontally at all. Well, I mean, it is known as the low tier King Tiger. I mean, it's like the one from French tank. Well, I think you'll find the AMXs are gonna be interesting with their autoloaders. They only get solid shot, but I will say that even with it only being solid shot, it's not bad. It's like the one next to the B1. Yep. Nice, you got the Panzer Helbits 2000.
Ooh, I found my plate in there. You want to try out my Bobo?
How? How? How did it manage that? That's crazy.
Einstein once said someone.
Oh, I didn't even get an assist for that. Sedge. I don't even have the ARL-44, the 90mm yet, man. I've just been playing a few games with each nation. I'm grinding the USA, USSR, French, and a game of 3.3 Italy for the P40. P40, got it. Mainly, I don't get not to get angry at the game. Yeah, understandable.
Not angry.
And the GF-105 had a C-13 T-90 had a smoke shell in his barrel.
I like how Hellfires are just a child being launched at very high speeds.
A very hefty child.
Oh wait, yeah, true. That's like 90 pounds, probably closer to 100. Just their kinetic impact is like 50 millimeters. Like what? Same with the German Hot 3.
Yep.
Are you out of your match, Grinder?
Yep, and it will be up to Cultist to get you to join though.
Huh? Oh, Germany left?
Yep.
Oh. You wanna be host?
Yeah, I can be.
Host.
Okie
There you
dokie,
go.
let me get you in here. There you are, Stinky. So wait, how do I, let's see, community, how do I do the,
Click on the squad. Click on the realistic battles. Ground realistic battles, right?
yeah,
And
ground
then
realistic.
If you go, ground realistic, right? There's a little night battles icon, and then there's a up and down, like a thumbs up and down button. You click on
Oh,
that.
okay.
That's
We
how you
can't
do
play night battles. You can only play night battles once you're what's it called? At above 10-3 or at 10-3. Why does it say 9-0?
We should be at 8-7.
I know.
But we can go up to 9-0 if you guys want.
Oh, I know why you're so pushed through that. Oh, let me rip out my wallet. Really
Where
quick.
is it? Where's the Hungarian forest one?
I don't know what they're called.
Oh, there. Battle of Hertgen Forest. Yeah, apparently, I think I had it banned because one of the other guys I was playing with didn't want it.
What map do I have banned?
Wait, why do I have that one? No, I don't like that one.
Oh, I have
That
Red
one kinda
Desert
sucks.
banned for good reasons. Hate that map.
Dislike that one. Instead, because that one, boo.
I need to get some more premium account.
Wait, you guys playing 8-3? I could go down to 8-3.
What were we doing in the first place?
8-7, but 8-3 works well for me too.
I'm fine with
Wait,
anything.
why are we doing 8-3 or 8-7? Like, why are we doing this here?
Well, it was 8-7 because Germany wanted us to be 8-7, but if you guys are ready for 8-3, I'm totally good for 8-3.
Oh, okay. I'm fine with whatever. I was only playing 8-3 because he wanted to play 8-3. Otherwise, I typically go to top tier.
I mean, if you
Oh,
want
I'm
to play some
fine.
top tier, I'm totally cool with that.
Oh, I love top tier. Oh, Grinder, you wanna see my new American top tier lineup? Look at this.
Oh, you guys play American trees too?
I actually have top of top tier of America.
I'm grinding America technically right now.
Is that all you got, Sneaky?
No, this is all I'm taking. I got the Hellfires on the Apache. I'm happy.
Up to 12-0.
What does it show my lineup as?
The A4B, the M551 Sheridan, the T95E1, the F9F2, the F2H-2. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's finally showing me.
Bad and patchy. And he's got
So,
2 A's. What the heck are that? Hold on, let me look. I want to see what that is.
bro, only have World War II tanks. Otto Icarus and his Tiger II, and winning against an Abrams.
Technically, right now, I am grinding America, but I have top tier Germany, and for air, I have like 8-7 for them. France, I have top tier everything, except for helicopters and boats. I don't really have much on the other countries. I mean, I have 6-7 for Russia, and Great Britain I have 5-3. Japan I have 4-3.
We don't have to
What
go through
BR
everything.
Yeah, what BR do you guys want to play? Because I can go through any.
Yeah, if you want to do
I can
top of
only
top
play
tier,
top-
I'm cool with that.
I would love
Okay.
top tier.
I will say the only tree I have grinded and care to grind is the American tree. So if I have to do Russian, I'm probably not gonna be able to do it.
No,
Except for
don't
maybe
do
it-
Russia.
Oh, I have top tier America, Germany, and Russia.
I'm gonna play a little bit of France if y'all don't mind.
Yes, he has the Leclerc.
And the Rafale. And the F-16. And the March 2000, 4000. The
You know what? I
4000
have
is
to
so
switch.
sad. Because when it first came out, it was so good, and I loved it. But because of Fox News and all that, now it's very irrelevant.
Hmm.
You can only effectively carry 2 radar missiles to keep 6 IR, and it's still just kind of got some okay ground movements, but it used to be so good, and now it's trash because of, it's not trash, but
Wait, how much pen does? Well, I know that one's
gonna-
got crazy pen.
Let me just make my lineup a little cursed really quick.
Cursed? You want to talk about cursed?
Grinder, you have a lineup of just premiums for every country.
Nothing beats my American lineup, so.
But okay, so we have the Leclerc, the Rafael, the F16AM, the Rush 2005F, the F16A.
Well, luckily for you, I actually don't have those.
Wait. After this, I'm gonna switch to Germany. I'm gonna do an entire Leopard loadout just for the funny.
So 630. So can it pen that? No, I can't pen that.
What are you looking at? Oh, the load set. Ah, yes.
No, I'm not worried about the low set. The M901.
Oh, the M901.
I was deciding, yeah, if I want to put that on because I was trying to see if it could pen anything really, like effectively pen stuff. Low set.
From the side,
everything in
yes. From the front, no.
If you know
Yeah,
your
but-
stuff, you can kill whatever with pretty much anything. But in general, against Russian stuff, throw it out of the way. Japanese stuff, just don't.
Yeah, everything has composite armor, which is like 50% thicker compared to kinetic rounds.
Yeah. I
You
know.
already have a good enough lineup. Throw it out. Honestly, all you really need, in my opinion, ADATs, HSTVL, you're good.
I have the ADATs.
Yeah, I know that.
Hey,
that's
should
what
I bring my low set into my lineup?
Oh, yeah, I have the HSTV. Yeah.
I bring my
You can if you want.
Can we start the
Honestly,
grinder deposits?
It's the funny.
Are you about to puke, grinder? I was like, uh-oh.
No, I'm not the most physically well right now, but I'll live.
I'm gonna go left side flank.
How about you?
Oh wait, hold on. What?
Cultist, where do you want to go? Where is Cultist?
No, he's not spawned in. He did.
Oh. Hello.
Why is he so quiet?
Yep, we got in a match. Left side, we spawned left side.
Oh, oops. Oh well. I spawned right.
Let's go B then, grinder.
Sure.
Is
Oh,
the
Randall.
AGS good?
Yes, actually, it's excellent for not dying.
Yeah, it's also excellent for being the one who bought it.
Honestly, I actually do like it more than the wolf pack, and I do like the wolf pack a lot.
Yeah, tell me about it. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Grinder laughs and Rich. I laughed and...
Laughs and money.
like, just... the first time he laughs,
早上好，中国！现在我有冰淇淋。
I don't see.
Although it does help when my allies aren't giving away my position by machine gunning next to me.
Oh, buddy. Why are you? Now you're using smoke. Why are you hiding? What happened?
You might want to move. You might want to move.
Why?
The sky's gonna start hurting.
But what if I like
Don't
feeling
say I
the
didn't
sky
warn you.
hurting?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, if you kill me, I'm totally blaming you.
I only tracked a T90 and his friends show what? He got 3 friends, a T90, a T80, 2 T80.
Somehow, your artillery only hit my smoke shells.
Good. The next ones won't.
And, Stinky, you got me killed anyway because I wasn't able to see the T980 that was next to me.
I think they just softened their low sat. Because the missile's doing all this weird bouncy stuff now that they didn't used to do.
Ow.
You deserve it, Stinky.
Okay, Grinder, I'm sorry.
You literally made it so I could not see him until he could just shoot me. So I hold absolute, that you absolutely deserve what you have gotten from being shot.
Where was it? There you go.
There's one.
I got a critical hit on him!
What? Oh, I took the breach on a BVM.
I killed an SU-30.
What? Oh, can you see it? Oh, that hurt. But I survived. Uh-oh. Now,
Critical
I'm no
speed.
expert, but we call that not good.
Okay. Stinky, I hate you.
Where I do?
You could have pointed out the guy to your left.
I didn't know where he was. Here, I'll give you 10% boost.
By the way, if you do this again, Stinky, I am going to kick you from the session because you've already got me killed twice.
Yeah, I know.
So 3 makes 3 strikes. There we go. I got freaking revenge.
Oh, no, there's no SU-34. Where is he? Come on. There you are.
Want to see him explode.
Come on, 34.
He's just flaring a
Show up.
bunch,
Where you
and
at?
I think he ran out of flares.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you that time, didn't I? Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to try to see if I can protect C at all or not.
You said protect C?
Yes, because we have literally no one in the middle of the map besides one guy that's kind of spawn camping.
No, there's 34 somewhere. He probably just spawned on top of me, this guy. Get a load of that guy.
No one's at sea yet, luckily. Where in the heck is anyone else? You think that SR-71? I doubt it. Since it was used for strategic reconnaissance? Well, who knows? Maybe it'll be added as one of the AI things because they like adding. If you're doing the air missions, they do that.
What? You think they'll... No, I don't think they're ever going to add that. At least not anytime soon.
Supposedly, it's already in the files for the War Thunder.
Yeah, sure, but yeah, it's just a reconnaissance plane. And on top of that, it moves at, you know, speeds over Mach 3, so there isn't actually anything that could hit it. Well, I guess except for maybe a Phoenix missile, but other than that...
Well, I just think that if it will be used, it'll only be used at for like top tier jets to try to shoot down. I don't think it'll ever be added for players to use.
Yeah, it'd be fun if they did though, but they'd have to provide something for like spotting, and it would be good for like sim battles. Where did I get hit from? What?
Probably, let's see.
See, I'm getting hit by somebody over here at our spawn.
Can you mark it?
I have no clue where he is.
You know its general direction?
Yeah, somewhere in this direction.
Oh. That wasn't where I was thinking it was. Okay, and a typhoon killed the AH. Great.
Okay, well, how about I get into Abraham.
Well, I think the SR-71 could have also been used for high altitude bombing. I mean, it'd only be able to carry like 1 or 2 rounds, but
it wouldn't be able to carry much at all, because the problem is that, I mean, okay, sure, I guess in theory, technically, could it? Yeah, maybe they could have adapted it to do that, but the problem is in order for it to drop those bombs, it would have to drop to an unsafe speed over enemy territory. So then it kind of becomes a moot point, especially when you have aircraft that can do that same job but a lot better at that speed.
Yeah, but the entire point of the SR-71 is that it's stealth.
No, not just stealth. It's fast. The main thing of the SR-71 is not just the stealth. It's the fact that it's fast enough to outrun every missile they had, and most missiles today.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it like ultimately really safe, is the fact that they can just speed up and there's no chance of any missile ever getting close. So again, you know, if you have to sacrifice that to drop a bomb, then I might as well just get air superiority and then drop the bomb anyways, but drop a lot more.
Yeah, but you would be able to go deep into enemy airspace to be able to do stuff like that versus only starting from the edge and working your way in.
Well, okay, you would get shot down, is my point. the time that it would take for them to drop those bombs and be moving at a slow enough speed to actually drop that and drop it accurately, you could get shot down. That's my point.
Yeah, that is true, but they also don't necessarily have to guide it the entire way, just up to a point. And besides, weren't they making certain bombs that wouldn't need to be laser guided by that point?
You mean JDAMs?
Yeah, or it was either JDAMs or what was the other one?
Yeah. Yeah. But also, why use that when you can also just use a B2 Spirit? Because that'll do that job significantly more effective than an SO-71.
Well, I didn't think the B2 Spirit had come out when the SR-71 was out.
I think it came out like shortly after. Let me check before I. When did the B2 enter service? When did the 7 SR-71?
Hey!
Oh, okay. So no. It is quite a bit sooner. It's about 10 years earlier. A little bit less than 10 years.
Yep.
A little bit over. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Wait, 66. So which means that.
Well, that the guy Warrior Color has prevented me from being able to get an early game kill. So
JDAMs didn't enter until 1997.
Well, I thought they also had what was it called? I know that in game they're called TV guided missiles, but
TV guided.
basically
okay.
they would have a spot that it would be able to remember to basically try to drop down on.
Yeah, those were what's it called? Those showed up during the end of World War II. I think the max launch speed for something like that though is just under Mach 1, and for the missiles, Mach 1.4.
Well, again, if they're already high altitude, all they have to do is slow down for long enough for them to be able to eject it out, make sure it's guiding, and then leave.
The TV's not accurate after a certain amount of height. A lot of them guided munitions, laser optical, all of that is very accurate if the higher up you go.
I mean, that is true, but it would still allow you to have a better chance of bombing something deep in enemy territory than an invasion.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah, it would give you a better chance, but there's also just a lot better chance of bombing somebody.
But there's also the fear factor you have to think about too, because if all of a sudden buildings around you are exploding from literally no reason, then that's gonna frighten the bejesus out of anyone. Because you never know what or where will be bombed next.
You know what you could also do, without having to try to adapt an expensive plane to,
Let me guess, a cruise missile?
No, I wasn't gonna say cruise missile. I mean, you could do that, but that's expensive as well. The other thing you could do is just use electronic warfare, because by the time the SR-71 came out, that had been well into service.
Well, I'm not saying electronic warfare couldn't have worked, but you wouldn't be able to really do as much to like physical production capabilities unless it's running almost completely on computers. Basically like production lines.
No, okay.
So electrical warfare.
That's not yet. No. So electrical warfare. Okay, so based off of when I was in the service, right, when we were talking, we were doing stuff, right? You don't send in a plane with electronic warfare to do the bombing. You send that in to jam all of the SAM sites or anything else that might attack said plane, so that way you can get something like an A-10 or a B-52, something that can carry a significant payload.
Oh,
Those go in and then just carpet bomb, destroy whatever it is you need.
I thought you
And
were
then-
talking about older time, or like around the Cold War era, not modern.
Well, even during the Cold War, you send in the I forget which variant it is. It's like an F4E something else.
Yep.
They had an electronic warfare one during that time. Well, not just that wasn't even Cold War. That was Vietnam. They had that. They used an F4E something. There's another variant that was an electronic warfare variant. They sent those in
Yeah,
along with
those
F4s.
Those were in testing. Those weren't
How
tested
did
ever.
someone else kill the 2S-38? Jeez, the freaking wheeze.
Those were never developed. They didn't have them.
Seed
And
missiles
now-
and other things like that were developed during Vietnam and used in
Yes.
Vietnam.
But there was no sort of jammers or anything, and even like.
Actually, there were jammers during the Vietnam War, at least, because that's how they were getting their bombing planes through the corridor, so that their missile sites couldn't directly attack their jets, so that they would have MiG-21s come up to attack their bomber planes.
Those were still experimental. They never always worked.
Maybe not 100% of the time, but they did work
You could
enough.
argue that for most things that come out during the middle of a war.
Fair point.
Yeah, like you have to think about it. What's a better place to test something that's experimental?
Well, I mean, I will say that live fire does indeed, well, allow you to learn to see how well it works.
Right. And then you can just change it as needed. Did I just fire on a friendly? No, there's no. I didn't fire. Shit.
Yes, I finally got the PNT. What? How did I? Who did I kill? How in the heck did I kill an F-15?
How did what kill an F-15?
I somehow killed an F-15 by missiling a Panzer.
The cracker A switched to it, or it was so close to the ground that it just kind of smashed him. Like, for example, in Iraq, like they didn't use jammers as often as they think, because just for the jammer to get close enough to work is putting itself in danger.
Yeah, there's ways to get around that, but you know what the main problem is? The reason why a lot of it wasn't at least used widespread. You want to know the reasons?
It was too heavy.
No.
Too bulky around
They-
for big carry and all that.
If they wanted to, they could have made that work. Heavy was not necessarily not much of a problem for something like that, especially if you can just set up a plane that's dedicated for that. The problem with something like, or with that whole situation, was that during the Vietnam War, all of the airplanes that we had, our Air Force, Navy, all of them were, our Congress decided that we're only allowed to send these planes through this narrow corridor, so that every time we, go do like a bombing run or something. So they always knew where we were coming. So yeah, it's hard to, bring in an electronic warfare plane when they know exactly where they're going to come every single time, because
Yeah.
Congress.
Just afterwards, that doesn't explain later wars after that. Like Afghanistan. We didn't do
ZW in Afghanistan. A6E intruder.
Yes.
They also had Tomcats and what's it called? F-18s in the area doing a variety of missions like that.
Yes, but them themselves were not the carrier.
Wait, say again? Sorry. Stop.
Like, those planes themselves were the ones doing the strikes. They didn't have any electrical crap. We didn't mount it on them. Okay, we mounted every now and then. We would, but
A,
not.
what's it called? The A6EB Growler, I think it was. B Growler. That one was used in Afghanistan. That's an electronic warfare plane, strictly made for that.
That was not what the
I mean,
Growler.
the Growlers, or was it the Growler or Prowler? Prowler, maybe.
It's
The
Growler. It was
A6.
not made for that.
Yes. The A6E Intruder what's it called? Wasn't made for that. The Growlers, or Growler or Prowler, one of the two. Those were. And so was the Tram. Although the Tram was more made for, what's it called? Testing a newer system, but watch.
It was the Growler was made as a attack aircraft.
No, that you're talking about the A6 shooter, not the EA6B. Prowler. It's Prowler. Okay. So the A6, because you have to remember, there's multiple variants, right? The A6E is an attack aircraft. There's a variant of that called the EA6B, Prowler. That is an electronic version of
I
it.
didn't hear EA, I heard A.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't say EA at first, I said A. So I was listing the designation wrong. But it is essentially an A6B.
Yeah. One problem they had though was that there was actually like in Afghanistan they had casualties on board like carriers because they would accidentally like they turn on the system itself on the carrier and the waves essentially strong to essentially rupture the blood vessels and all that.
But yeah, stuff like that happens.
That's
Hey,
just
White
a
Wind.
like
Let's see. So 6th gen,
wanna-
probably a while because we saw a 5th gen come into the game.
You want to know what probably is one of the most underrated planes?
what?
The F-14 Tomcats.
No, I feel like they get funny.
You think so?
Yeah.
And why do you believe so?
I'm not gonna say they're overrated because they're not. But they balance themselves out. There's not enough, especially like 10 years after they were made. They were just kind of there was no reason to. Also, the F-15, F-18 were made like I'm pretty sure one of them was made before it actually, and they were technically better at that time.
Actually. So, the F-14 was actually first. F-18 was developed shortly after. The F-15 and the F-14 were developed almost in tandem. The F-15 came out a little bit later. The F-14s, because this is one of the reasons why I say it's underrated, because like a lot of people say, you know, it became kind of useless, but I don't think people realize what, like, the real... Okay, hold on, I'm about to go on a rant, okay?
Yep.
Let me exit the box, right?
Yep.
You guys ready for this?
Go ahead.
Yep.
Okay, so the first F-14s and stuff, right? The reason the F-14 has like because it has a lot of popularity, not for being, you know, good at its job, quote unquote, right? But just because they just like the way the plane looks and Top Gun, right? That's why it has so much passion and all that. However, the problem with that is that it doesn't get credit for actually being good, when in reality, it was a whole lot better than a lot of people make it out to be. The main problem with the F-14 was its cost and maintenance time, because it's very, very, very expensive. Like, just for an example, the F-18, that one can be up in the air for just as long, for a quarter of the price, and for the quarter of amount of time for maintenance. It's a whole lot better.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, one of the reasons why the F14 was so expensive was because of the windswept design, which had to incorporate a whole bunch more crap in.
Yes, yeah, and on top of that, the first versions of the F14 aren't, the most reliable, especially with the questionable engines, right? Which, of course, they fixed, but that's already its bad rep right there, and a lot of it was close to sealing that deal. But
like the price you could have one F14 up, you could have.
If you want to join us, Louis, you'll have to be in the right server.
Like the 16 with a lot less prices, and you get the same job done for still cheaper.
See, and that right there is the, or at least what people believe. The problem is it's not the same job, right? So I'm gonna give you guys an example, okay? As if we're all fighter pilots, right? Let's say we're all flying.
Would you like to ready up?
We'll play Russians. Oh yeah, sorry.
No worries.
Go on your rant.
Yep, continue, please.
So, yeah.
Join, sorry, unless you have top tier, probably not right now.
Okay, yeah, so let's say we're all flying in, whatever, just a Russian jet. Okay, I don't know all the names of them very well.
Sorry, Empire.
Okay, so, we're all flying and stuff, right? Let's say you're going against an F-16 or an F-15, because just like you said, Stinky, the fear factor is kind of a big thing at war, right? It's pretty big, because that changes the tide of quite a few things, right? So here's the problem that people don't catch on, right? Because a lot of it's just video games. If we're just flying, right, and we're told, hey, you need to go to this area, go intercept whatever bomber, Americans are sending off, and you're like, okay, we got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna go do the thing, okay?
Yeah.
And we're briefed that there might be some air, some planes up, okay? That's pretty standard. That's how most, briefings go. Hey, there might be, there might be some planes up. You might watch it, right?
Yeah, if you see something, fight it.
Right, exactly. Pretty much. That's pretty much how most of those briefings and stuff go, right? So you're flying and stuff. Let's say it's an F-15 or an F-16s, the Americans have a couple of those up, right? So by the time you get in, or at least close to whatever target it is you're trying to get to, you're going to see these things pop up on radar, and then you're going to be like, oh, hey, you might tell me, hey, I got like 3 of them over here, and maybe another squadron on this side, okay? And then, you start talking, and then engagement goes down. Now, if you were to compare that to something like an F-14, the difference would be, so we're flying, right? And then all of a sudden you start hearing a beep beep, meaning you're either getting locked or there's a missile coming at you, right?
Yep.
And you don't know where it is because it's nowhere near your range. Because you also have to remember that the F-14s in the games, they're limited by their own radar, right? Which they have the most powerful radar in the game still, but they're still limited by that. The F-14s in real life could link up with an AWACS, meaning their range would be extended significantly.
Yeah, they could shoot
So,
missiles.
right, they could shoot a missile from a from a long way away, and that's how they typically operated. They would send 2 up, because remember they can carry up to 6 Phoenixes at once, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so 1 is likely not going to hit because it's a big missile and stuff. But you also have to keep in mind again, that missile can get going up to like Mach 5. I think the earlier version's Mach 4.3, the C variant Mach 5. So it's not exactly a slow missile. It's pretty fast, especially when it gets going.
Absolutely.
Just, absolutely. Terrible acceleration. This is one of those planes where, let's say you are that fighter pilot, it's going to be kind of scary because you're getting locked by a plane that does not exist on your radar because it's nowhere near you. Kind of like a stealth fighter, like how we were talking about with the stealth.
You could say the same
Same
thing
concept.
about F-16 and F-15, they both also had radar good enough.
They had a radar good enough, but not missiles long that could cover that range fast enough for it to really do something like that sort. Because the difference is that let's say you have an AMRAAM coming for you. It's a medium range missile. Your first go-to is probably not going to be. Well, it might be, hey, well, where is this guy? But it's not like he's going to be, you're going to be sitting here thinking, oh well, what do I do? I mean, most fighter pilots at that point know if he launched a missile at me, that means he's at least remotely somewhere near me, right? Provided it's not.
No, because they don't know what launched the at them.
It